Consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity Karma Kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not to have a complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. May I know who all joined this morning?
हरे कृष्ण विनीता गंधर्विका माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीति दासी फ्रॉम शार्लोट हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna Preeti Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation every day. Welcome to the call.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvind Das from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Arvindaksha Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashomati Priya Devidasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna Yeshumati Priya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation every day. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Shyama Gauri from Shanghai.
Hare Krishna Shamagauri Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining. Very nice to hear your sweet voice. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjari Leela Devidasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Manjari Leela Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and chanting so beautifully. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumar Devidasi from Raleigh. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. It's very happy, Mataji, with your association every single day on the call. Please bless us, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, is there anybody else who'd like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead. We know Prabhuji is already there on the call.
Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. This is Radha Pyari Devidasi from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna Radha Pyari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna everyone, welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 15th chapter, 60 and 61 verse. Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to you. Thank you for joining us and giving your recitation, Maharaj. I would like to read your introduction. Give me a couple of minutes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhuji is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Being a doctor by profession, he has done immense service to develop immense service to the devotee community and served the society by donating lots of projects. For example, he donated the deities in Philadelphia temple and he made 3,000 temple units that can serve as an altar in the villages. He also served as a temple president of ISKCON New Jersey for 15 years. He is known for his simplicity and humility. He is now an initiating guru in ISKCON. Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to your wonderful services. I now hand over the call to you. Hare Krishna. Can you please unmute? we can ask you to unmute. Hare Krishna.
Om Adhyantimirandacha Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Tadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri-Yuta-Pada-Kamalam Shri-Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri-Rupam Sagrajatam Saradhanuraghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanasaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Samadhita Shri Vishakhanvitam Shyam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Pate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaskute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Varshabhanusuti Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Navratuse Nama Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krapa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashyatya Dishatarine. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak on this Bhagavatam verses. So I will be reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 15, text number 60 and 61. But just a prelude that all pervading and ever existing Supreme Brahman, that is Krishna, he existed before creation, he exists during creation, he exists after creation, and is the one who brings again the same thing, the cycle rotating in this way. So he is always exists, he is the beginning and the ending of everything and all living entities. Internally and externally, a superior and inferior objects. So there are many Shaktis, they always remain with the Supreme Lord. As the knowledge, means just our senses, knowable are sense objects to which we know, that is the sense objects. Knowledge, that is the senses that acquire, come in contact with the sense objects. As the senses knowable are sense objects, as expressions of the words, the objects of understanding. So as darkness and light is personally everything. And see himself is doing all these things. So Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. The whole universe, or not just universe, multi-various universes, material and spiritual worlds. They are all Brahma. Because by his energies, energy and energetic, you cannot separate them. Energy, and the one who gives the energy, that is called energetic, and this that exists, energy exists with the energetic person. So energetic is always a person, just like sun globe, sun god, and then his rays. So rays would not be there if the sun is not there. So sun has always stood there. The reflection in the mirror, like we see, or in the water, is because the sun is above that. But if there is darkness, we cannot see the reflection. So it's all the Supreme Lord of his, although Supreme Lord is aloof, he is separate, but at the same time, he is also as an energy, he is also simultaneously there. That is called Achintya, Veda, and Aveda. That there is a difference in these two, energy and energetic, but also it's one also. There is a difference in oneness. One is a tiny molecule, Anu, and another is Vibhu. Is the greatest, but both remain just like the fire, and fire sparks around the fire. They are together. If the fire is extinguished, the sparks will also extinguish. If they're too far away, it becomes ashes, even while the fire is there. So if you go away from Krishna, don't remain in his energy, just like in his external energy, if you live, we are extinguished, we are gone. We have to come back to the superior energy because we are part of superior energy. Although we are Tatastha, because we could choose. Why we are called Tatastha? That we have the prerogative of choosing either material world or inferior energy or the superior energy. It is up to us. Now one may say, why do we choose something inferior energy? It is the different people have different nature and you are allured. You are allured by Maya. Come on, I will give you more pleasure than what is there in Brahma Jyoti or in the spiritual sky. Come on, I will give you everything. So we turn towards that. And this is happening from time immemorial. You cannot say which lifetime, how many years before this happened, but this is what we choose. But one, we have the tendency or capacity to understand about Krishna, to know that there is happiness in the material world. So some people, with the help of the spiritual master, then he can cross over this uh, tendency to remain in the Maya, but they could go to the spiritual kingdom. So a sannyasi says that everything is supreme Lord, Brahman. When everyone perceives difference between enjoyed objects and enjoyers. Enjoyer and enjoyed objects are different. But in so that is the world is real, not false. It is not when we say Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. That Brahma means Brahman or whatever derives from Brahman or energy, that is truth, and Jagat is Mithya. But Jagat is not Mithya. Mithya in the sense that it is not eternal. It is transitory, and all the enjoyment, everything, the material world also manifests, our bodies also temporary. Whatever we think, whatever we do, it is all temporary. Just like when you have a snake, and you may think that whether it is a rope or a snake, we cannot distinguish. But when there is proper light or knowledge, we know that it is not a snake; it is a rope. So the world, the actual, it has a actual existence, but it does not remain all the time. It can disappear at any time. Our body can disappear at any time, but the soul is eternal. So we have to go to the eternal place where we can be happy. Asatoma Satyam, Tamsoma Jyotiraya, Mrityorma Amratam Gamaya. It is a place of death, and we have to go to the Amrat where there is no death. That is in the spiritual kingdom. As long as we remain in the material world, we take birth, we die also. Without the sunlight, the reflection would be impossible. One cannot prove by speculation that there is no relative behind the reflection. So there is a two-var, Vivartavad, the impersonal. So there is a Vivartavad, that is Parmanuvad. It's true that the varieties we see in this world are false, Vivartavad. That whatever variety, just as a rope seen to be a snake is false. But the Vaishnavas say that although the idea that the rope is a snake makes it false. The snake exists in the reality. Whatever we see, whatever we see in the dream also anytime, but there is some substance. Maybe it is maybe dream and that dream goes away when you wake up. But that substance that you have seen sometime in life, you experience sometime in life, you have felt that, but it is so there is somewhere it is there. You have either seen, experienced, or it is in the spiritual kingdom, but it is there, or you read about it. The varieties of this world, although temporary, would be impossible unless there were a real prototype in the spiritual world. There is in the spiritual world is there. Like you may say, gold mountain. So there is a mountain and you saw the gold, but you could combine also. Like by the combination, we make so many in the material world, all out of this earth, water, fire, everything. So body is temporary, not false. The body is neither a combination nor a transformation of the five material elements. It is because Lord wanted, let there be creation. So everything creates. It's not that somebody combined to make our body or all this. Combination or transformation, because the body and its ingredients are neither distinct nor amalgamated. All such theories are insubstantial. Means the Krishna's presence has to be there to let them combine, put the life into that. It's not without Krishna. Everything exists because of Krishna. And he may empower like Brahma, but Brahma works under the direction, or Maya works under the direction of Krishna himself. So body, so Lord Krishna is multifarious energies, ever exist simultaneously. Everything is the expansion of the Krishna's energy. So he is simultaneously one with his energy and different from his everything, because he has his separate existence. It's just like a king is sitting on his kingdom, but because of his energy, his whole kingdom is monitored, or his whole kingdom is sustained or remains there. But he has his own separate wife, family, house. He lives separately. He has nothing to do what is happening in his kingdom. Although he is responsible, but by his energies, everything is manifesting, everything is taken care of. But it has to be done according to proper, just like a stone. Or you cannot worship any stone or any wood according to the direction. And then you could worship, you get the proper result. Not like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed, he was eating mud. Then his mother says that you will get sick while you are eating mud. Then he was saying, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was a little child, that sweet is a transformation from the mud. So why not we could eat? Further explained, and in the form of sweet, it is digestible, it gives you energy, it is sweet, it is nice, but as a mud, you will get sick. So although it is same transformation, whole world is the same transformation of these energies of the Lord, but energies used in different way, according to the injunction, or according to what Krishna is made. He made our body, human body, that we could realize Krishna, we could worship Krishna, we could serve Krishna. But we may choose not to serve Krishna and serve his external energy. So the text number 60 that was there already before. Ghatavo avayad vitvacha tanmatra vayar vina na isyur ya satyavaya vinya sanna vayavo tataha. Because the body is formed of the 5 elements, it cannot exist without the subtle sense objects. Subtle sense object, that is mind, intelligence, and ego, that is also there. So not only 5 but 8 elements. Therefore, since the body is false, the sense objects are also naturally false or temporary. Sense objects means what we perceive or what we try to enjoy by our senses. So if body is false, then sense objects are also false. So everything is false in that way. But it's not false, but it is temporary. So text number 61, Shat Sadrashya Brahmas Tavat Vikalpe Sati Vastunaha Jagrat Papo Yatha Swapne Yatha Vidhi Nishedhata. When a substance, and its substance, that is the material substance, and its parts are separated. Substance and its parts are separated. Just like you analyze, and like water is made of 2 atoms of hydrogen and oxygen. So H2O separated. The acceptance of similarity between one and the other is called illusion. When you separate them, then there is no more water. It's a, while dreaming, one creates a separation between the existence called wakefulness and sleep. So there is wakefulness, sleep, and deep sleep. So there is a, when you are dreaming also, that is also a kind of sleep. It is in such a state of mind that the regulatory principles of the scriptures, consisting of injunctions and prohibitions, are recommended. So what injunction means? Do and don't do. Rules and regulations are vidhi and nishedh. So they are there, and that's, so those has to be there. What to be done, what not to be done, how to combine, how not to combine the different things. So you have to follow those according to the scriptural injunction. In material existence, there are many regulatory principles and formalities. If material existence is temporary or false, this does not mean that the spiritual world, although similar, is also false. not a mortal world where we false are temporary, but it's not the original one that is false. This just like you have see a tree and in the bank of the river, and you see mangoes are hanging there, but you would not find the mangoes when you dive into the water because there is shadow, but the reality is there. So, banyan tree in 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is Urdhva Mula Adharsha. The Mula is up. So, originality is in the spiritual kingdom, and the down part is the Taka. Taka and branches. That is the material world. So, it seems similar, but though those are material world things are temporary, it is going away. It does not give the lasting help or peace, but the spiritual world is full. We are made to enjoy in the spiritual world, remain in the spiritual world forever, not changing position. That once material bodies false are temporary, does not mean that the body of the Supreme Lord is also false or temporary. Same thing, soul is not temporary. Soul is ever existing. Nobody can cut it, burn it, divide it, dissolve it. The spiritual world is real, and the material world is similar to it. For example, in the desert, we sometimes find a mirage. It's a sea water, but somewhere water is there. It's not that the water is not there, but our reflection of the sun in the sand seems like there is a water. And when you go to that water, it goes further, further, further away. A deer goes to, he's thirsty, he wants to go and drink the water, but he dies in search of water. But if we search in the right place, like Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hradeshe Arjuna Tishta, is in our heart also, Paramahansa. He is there in the temple as DP. He is there in all the living being as Paramatma. So anyway, if we do according to the do's and don'ts, according to the spiritual injunction, we could find Krishna, we could go to Krishna's abode. But in the material world, what we see, what we do, that is temporary. And that will go away. That cannot give you peace to the heart or peace to the soul. When we say heart, that means also it is soul also. The spiritual world is real and the material world is similar. Similar to it, it is same, but it is not ever existing. Material world has a cycle of coming at existing at certain time, then it stays, then it grows, produces byproducts, gradually dwindles, and then dies. That is for all universes and everything is like that. Our body also. For example, in the desert, we sometimes find a mirage. But although the water in the mirage is false, this does not mean that there is no water in reality. Water exists, but not in the desert. Similarly, nothing real is in this material world, but reality is in the spiritual world. So that's why we have to go to the spiritual kingdom to find the reality. How long will remain in the false place? The real, the Lord's form, but all these false things in the material world, if it is come in contact with the spirit, if the spirit are come in contact with the Supreme Lord, then it all becomes real. And you could use it. And that is the devotional service. They could make him devotional service to the Lord, offer him with love and devotion. Then they become spiritualized. If you serve Krishna, your body becomes spiritualized. Even we are in the material world, but still it is a spiritual body. And we are in the spiritual world also. Jivan Mukh. You could become free even in this lifetime from the material entanglement if you are not eluded by Maya. But we have tendency to go towards Maya without knowing that it will hunt us, it will grab us, it will kill our body or kill our desires. We think that there is enjoyment, but there is no enjoyment. The Lord's form and its abode, Golok Vrindavan, in the Vaikuntha planets are eternal reality. From Bhagavad Gita, we understand that there is another Prakriti or nature which is real. This is explained by Lord himself in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. 8, 19, 20, 21. The 3 verses are there. So I will take Bhagavad Gita and read these 3 verses. And then go further with Vivartavad and Shaktivad. There are different words Vadas are there. Vad means the doctrine, principle, tattva also you may say that. So 819. So just one verse before that. Avyakta, avyakta, vyaktaya sarva, prabhavanti aharagame, ratre game praliyanta, praliyante tatreva, va vyakta sangyatke. In the beginning of Brahma's day, so there is a Brahma has its own day. All living entities become manifest from the unmanifested state. Means manifest means you could see, you could feel, you could. So it is manifesting. It is, and thereafter, when the night falls, in the daytime, everything is manifest. Daytime, everything is taking rest. They are not there. Nightfall, they are merged into the unmanifested again. Can you hear everything is okay?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So that is the text number 18, that when the Lord Brahma, one day, when then he sleeps, then many planet system, they also sleep along with them in the body of Mahavishnu. But then when the night, they sleep during the night time. When Brahma awakes, the one night of Brahma is called Kalpa. Then everything manifests back again. But there is another kind of pralay that is at the end of Brahma's light, and we will talk on that, how that happens. So text number 19. Bhuta grama saevayam bhutva bhutva praliyate ratrya game avashah partha bhavati asa ragame. Asaragame, of daytime, and agame means on the arrival. Again and again, bhutva bhutva, again and again, when Brahma's day arrives, all living entities come into being. And with the arrival of Brahma's night, they are helplessly annihilated. Purport. The less intelligent who try to remain within this material world may be elevated to the higher planets and then again come down to this planet Earth. During the, so they go up to enjoy their fruits of their hard work, like piety. But when their pious results are finished, they come. They come to this material world again to act. During the daytime of Brahma, they can exist their activities, they can exhibit their activities on higher and lower planets within this material world. But at the coming of the Brahma's night, they are all annihilated. In the day, they receive various bodies for material activities. And at night, they no longer have bodies but remain compact in the body of Vishnu. They remain in the Vishnu's body. Then again, they are manifest in the arrival of Brahma's day. And that is Bhutva Bhutva Praliyate. During the day, they have become manifest, and at night, they are annihilated again. Ultimately, when Brahma's life finishes, they are all annihilated and remain unmanifest for millions and millions of years. And when Brahma is born again in the another millennium, they are so Kalp and millennium, and they are again manifest. In this way, they are captivated by the spell of the material world. But those intelligent persons who take to the Krishna consciousness use the human life fully in the devotional service of the Lord, chanting Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They transfer themselves even in this life to the spiritual planet of Krishna. Just so many examples are there. Guru Maharaj went, Prahlad Maharaj went, Ambarish Maharaj went, Tukaram went, so many Draupadis and Pandavas, and they all went to the spiritual kingdom. They belong. Thus, they transfer themselves even in this life to the spiritual path, planet of Krishna, and become eternally blissful there, not being subject to such rebirths. So, when you go once to the spiritual kingdom, you don't have to take birth again. So, text number 20. There are 3 or 20 and 21. Okay. परस तस्मात् भावन्यो अव्यक्तो व्यक्ता सनातनः यः स सर्वेषु भूतेषु नश्यतु न विनश्यति. Here there is another unmanifest nature. which is not manifested, which is eternal. Unmanifested means we cannot see, we cannot feel, we cannot touch it. That is the spiritual kingdom it is talking about, unmanifested world. But it is there. And that is, it is not destroyed. It is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains is it. That is the abode of the Dhamma Paramam. That is the place that belongs to Krishna. And then the last verse 21, that is Avyakto Akshara Ityus Tamahu Paramam Gatim Yam Prapyana Nivartante Tat Dhamma Paramam. That which the Vedantists describe is unmanifested and infallible, that which is known as the supreme destination, that place from which, having attained it, one never returns. That is my supreme abode. So Krishna says that yes, you go to supreme abode, you don't have to come back again. Yad gatvana nivartante tat paramam. And that not the bhashati suryo shashankuna bhavaka. Once you go there, you do not have to come back. Means there are sometimes the devotees of the Lord who serve Krishna. They do come, but that does not mean that that place becomes empty. Krishna comes with Radharani, so many like Vrindavan or Jagannath Puri or Dwarka, but he expands. He could expand to any number of, but that place, Krishna is still there. He always remains. It's not like the king goes for some enjoying somewhere else, the kingdom becomes empty. But for Krishna, that does not apply. So we will go further on the verses. The material world is a reflection of the spiritual world. The material world is temporary and false, but the spiritual world is an eternal reality. So how this eternal reality and pralay. So I will give a little bit about this pralay. We talked about this pralay. And so Prakriti has the substance and substance that is called Upadan. The one who does sankalp, and then one who creates, and then there are substances to make it. So this Upadan is in the material nature, Prakriti, and through which Brahma or Krishna creates the Srishti again, does the creation. So it is not done by Krishna. He is Karta, but he is the main, but he gives order to Brahma and then he creates it. So there are three kinds of Purusha avatar, Karanodakshaya Vishnu, that is the classic Mahavishnu, is called also Mahavishnu. He creates this Brahmanda system. The Dvitiya Purush, Pratham Purush, Dvitiya Purush is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So he is like Prakash, or Dvitiya view of the Pratham Purush or Mahavishnu. And he enters into each and every Brahmanda or universe. And then he creates a water there by sweating. Then he sleeps there. And the third Purush, he is Garbhodakshaya is Prakash. Prakash means, you may say, expansion. And he is an Antaryami in all the living beings. And he lives there as Antaryami. So Gunavatar, like Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, they are all Gunavatar. Brahma is by the help of Rajogun, he does Srishti, and Vishnu, then he does the maintain the universes, all the living being also he maintains. That is the most difficult job. And Shiv by Prabhu, then he destroys the whole universes. That is the desire of Krishna. It is arranged like that. And if it is not there, naturally you would not be happy. If you same thing that you eat every day, you will feel bored. But there has to be variegatedness. Variegatedness is the enjoyment, is the matter for him. Everybody likes some varieties. Krishna has created all these varieties. Krishna is loving and everything is but spiritual world, there is so much variegatedness in reality. What you see variegatedness is just a reflection. One cannot enjoy the reflection. So we are meant to go back to Krishna's abode and enjoy with him. He's waiting for us and he's loving us. He has open hands that please come to my abode and enjoy all the property that I have done. You are all my children. but somehow we do not trust. We have Ado Shraddha, but we don't have Nishtha. Nishtha means firm faith that you cannot. Then somebody would say, who has seen Krishna? Why you want to go and do so much austerity? So there is some process has to be done, but Krishna has made this process so simple for the matter, for this Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga Jivas cannot do much austerity. So just by chanting the holy name, they can realize and follow certain principles. You could go and serving a Vaishnava, pure Vaishnava, and by his mercy, you could go back home, back to Godhead and enjoy with Krishna forever. So it's not a false statement. It is given in all the scriptures. Many people have gone to that abode where we all belong to. You would say, how so many universes are there, but the spiritual world is 3 times bigger. It is 1/4 is the material world, 3/4 is the spiritual world, and that is our real home. We are thinking it is our home, but we are trying to build a home on the bridge. We cannot be happily by making a home in the bridge itself. So whenever there is a desire of Krishna to do the srishti or creation, then then the Karana Sai Vishnu or Mahavishnu is born. He comes from say there is a Krishna, then from left side Vamangi is Srimati Radharani because he enjoys. He Anando Maya Vyasa. He is Rasa Vaisa, Rasam Yavayam Labdva Anandi Bhavati. So he enjoys with his creation. Just like a child plays with it after bathing and being fed nicely, then he shouts, he moves his limbs. So that is so moving, he moves, he is so great that he could move and create so many srishtis, so many children. A man marries a woman and then they produce children. Because without children, it's not really completely, the marriage is not successful. They want to have a child and have a relationship with each other, to love and to be loved by them. Child touches your cheeks, nose, hairs, and you give, and so you kiss him and play with him. So that is also Krishna wants to play with us. But in the spiritual kingdom, material world, we play with the material objects, which are all dead, and we cannot enjoy. But somehow we don't come to our senses that it is dead objects. We cannot enjoy these things. We should go and enjoy with Krishna. So that is the teaching of all the scriptures, that we should come to the sat place, eternal place, to the real place, reality. This material world, although not false, but it is temporary and goes away. That's what is the teaching that we are learning. So, Karanarnava Sai Purush, he looks towards the Prakriti, and by his energy, it becomes like it is in equilibrium, and then that equilibrium is broken. So, the Prakriti, Prakriti is sleeping, but by looking at just like a wife is sleeping, then husband goes and wakes her up to enjoy together. The same way that Prakriti, she becomes not disturbed. Shubha means it's a Samyavasti. Her equilibrium is disturbed, and then he puts so many seeds of the jiva in the Prakriti. And the universe is also is like in the seed form, and they expand when they come out. But in Mahapralaya, they come along with their karma. So karma is never finished. Karma is always there. But karma can be changed. Karma is not eternal. Only like there is Ishwar, Jiva, Prakriti, Kal, and Karma. So karma can be changed. All our others are eternal. So from Prakriti, when it is disturbed, the equilibrium is disturbed, it is called Mahatattva. Then Pancha Mahabhut, Pancha Tanmatra, Ahankar, and then those are all gradually developed. So Mahatattva is after the Prakriti is impregnated. That is called Mahatattva. So Pralaya that we were talking, the Pralaya is of 3 kinds. Naimittik Pralaya, Prakritik Pralaya, and third is Atyantik Pralaya. Naimittik Pralaya like in one kalpa, as we described, that is Brahma, there are 1,000 Chaturyogi. So 1,000 times of this Chaturyogi goes away. That is one kalpa. That is the day and night is not. So that is 43,020,000. That is one Chaturyogi. And then it is 1,000 times those Chaturyogi. So in one kalpa, that is 1,000 times 43.2 million years. And this naimatic pralay, there is Bhurlok, Swargalok, Saptapatal, Saptapatal means Tal, Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Patal. They are all Saptatal. There is Bhur, Swargalok, Janlok, Taplok, Maharlok, Brahmalok, or Satyalok. And then other part remains it is. So in the during this pralay, means naimatic pralay, there was Lord Bhagwan Vishnu, then he takes the form of Rudra. Then there is Anavrasti, there is so much dryness, so many suns, Sapta Surya. Then it destroys all the planetary systems, and then there is so much rain. Initially, it is so much the sun that dries and kills everything, and then there is so much rain. And then it becomes whole, other than the Brahmalok or Satyalok, everything is all inundated in whole thing becomes like Mahasamudra. So almost 100 years, then there is a air from the breathing of Mahavishnu. Then after 100 such years, then Vishnu drinks that air. Then Vishnu remains in Yoga Nidra in that water. Then he wakes up, and then there is a creation by looking at the Prakriti, and he his looking itself is implanting the seeds. But it is through Sambhutamapya Tatha Samapaitikaya. He does it through the agency of Lord Shiva. He does not come in contact with the material nature, but he does it through the agency of Lord Shiva. So sometimes we see that Shiva is our father and Durga is our mother, but it is all Krishna. So Prakriti Pralay, that is also called Mahapralay. That is at the not one day of Brahma, but it is Brahma's lifetime. So then everything is all finished. The time they remain in the body of Mahavishnu, and then when the new Brahma comes, and then there is again the creation starts. So he sleeps for 100 years, like 100 years of Brahma, not our 100 years. And there is Atyantiki Pralay. If somebody is a devotee, then he could go back home. His all karma is dissolved. So there is not, like, there is no karma bandhan. Atyantiki means completely, fully. That is also called mukti, liberation. We are all looking for liberation, but liberation would not help you, but we have to do the service of Krishna. That is very important. Not liberate. That you are liberated means you become free from this rebirth and again coming back and forth. That is, but we want some activity. Suppose you are as Trishanku, you are hanging there, but what you will do? We are active. Soul is always active, wants to do something all the time. So it will be, his pleasure would be in Krishna. Abode, go back home, and beyond even Vaikuntha is Krishna's abode. We are all children of Krishna, so we should try to go to Krishna. Vaikuntha is also eternal, and some people could enjoy all this, but you become opulent like Krishna or like Vishnu, Sarsti, Saloki, you may remain with Vishnu or Narayan, you may call it. So Sarsti, Salokya, Samikya, Sarupya, Sayujya, that is the worst kind of. So one should not demand to go to Sayujya Mukti, that let me become one with Narayan. So there is no fun in becoming one. Means they want to be called Bhagwan, that now I have become God. Initially, you are in the same planet like Salokya, then you become close by, you bring your chair to the to Narayan and remain nearby. And this Sayujya means now I am God, so I will sit in your chair. So that is the worst kind of Vaishnava never desire to take the position of Lord Narayan. But we are as a servant, Jiva Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das. So eternally we are servant of Krishna. So we should serve Krishna, not to enjoy his power. You will enjoy many more times than Krishna himself. And that's why Krishna comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to see his sweetness, to see how Srimati Radharani enjoys more than him, and then to see the bhav, feeling of Srimati Radharani, you know, how she feels in serving me, and what is my sweetness. That he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself. So he also has these three demands, three things that he cannot fulfill by himself. And he has to come in the form of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is his internal reason. But the external reason is to spread God consciousness, holy name. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam, Kalau Nastaiva, 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 Gatiranyata. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we talked about Prakritik Pralay, Atyantik Pralay, Naimitik Pralay. There are three kinds of Pralay. Atyantiki means for certain people who go back to God, and we celebrate. Why we celebrate the passing away of certain certain Goswami or certain Guru, or why do we celebrate the death? And we enjoy and we give feast because we are seeing that he is going to Krishna's abode to enjoy with Krishna. So naturally, it is a celebration. You celebrate when your some son or daughter goes to big college or passes or gets a degree. You celebrate because it's a naturally it's advancement. So really, the advancement of that particular soul. Although there is a loss for us, but we celebrate because the person who is leaving this material world, who is going back home, back to Godhead, and serving Krishna even in a more nicer form, more nicer way. Or many devotees, they go from here to another planet where Krishna is again there. Krishna goes from one planet to another, and it never stops. It's going to, because somewhere right now there is, say, like somewhere there is Kali Yuga, somewhere Dharapar Yuga, somewhere there is Satya Yuga, somewhere Krishna is taking birth, somewhere he's playing, somewhere is some people are offering arati to him. It goes on just like in ISKCON. There are many temples. At every moment of or every there is something is happening. Morning Arti, Mangal Arti is here, and some planets are behind, and Mangal Arti will later on. So in this way, all the services are happening every year. Nitya. And there is a Virjaranya. So Prakriti and Paravyam. Paravyam means eternal sky, spiritual sky. That is called Paravyam. There is a Virja river or Karanarnava Jal, and that is the made into Ganges river when it touches the dust of the lotus feet of Vamande. So Maya Shakti is on this side of the Karanarnav Jal, and spiritual world is on the other side of the Karanarnav Jal. So material or Maya Shakti does not touch even the Karanarnav Jal. Maya Shakti rahe Karanabdher bahire Karana Samudra Maya Parasithe Nare. This is all in Chaitanya Charitamrita. दूर है ते पुरुष करे अवधान जीव रूप वीर ताते करे आधान. माया पर ब्रह्म की शक्ति है, पर ब्रह्म का स्वतंत्र पर ब्रह्म is eternal, he is separate. Para Brahma, that is Krishna, and Maya is Jal. So Maya cannot touch the Para Brahma, or even it touches us for our, it touches soul, and because Maya has taken the shelter of Krishna, so we become very strong, and we have left the shelter of Krishna. That's why Maya could attack on us. Although we belong to the higher spiritual reality, we are soul, heart of Krishna, but Maya can not only touch us, but could put us into its grab. So we have to go beyond, we have to take the shelter of Maya. Devi hi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durate. Mamai Prapadyate Maya Metam Taram. So Mahapralaya and all this. And I was Pancha Mahabhut, Pancha Tanmatra, we talked about all that. But this I was telling you, the Brahma is not really transferred by making the, but it is his energy, it is his Shakti. That is called Shakti Parinamvad. And another is Vivartavad, is that atoms, they separate. Everything is power of the atoms. And in every atom, inside and outside, there is Paramatma. But it is not, it is that they call it Vivartavad, that when you separate all the atoms, then the things does not exist. But everything is, that is by Shakti Parinamvad. Parinam means transformation, the result, the ultimate result. Pancha Mahabhut is earth, water, fire, air, and heat. So we talked about like we Achintya Bheda Bhed. Achintya Bheda Bhed, that is the Darshnik Siddhant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is not just a matvad or a difference. No, it is the reality. See, others have given like Advaitavad, Dvaitadvaitavad, Shuddhadvaitavad. So there are different vads, but this is not just a vad, means doctrine, principle, not tattva even, but this is tattva. Matvad nahi hai. So rather than according to our mentality, we try to put things, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has put himself. It is achintya, it is inconceivable. Achintya Veda, there is difference. Just like there is a difference between a drop of water and the ocean. And there is no difference because the ocean and the drop of water has the same qualities. In quantity wise, there is a huge difference. A golden mountain and just a kirchi of gold, like just a dust of the particle of gold. Although same quality, but not quantity wise. So we should know reality. So people, there is, so in the knowledge of truth, there is inconceivable difference and oneness there. Achintya Veda Ved, it really puts a proper perspective. Samyak Nirupan, Yathavat, Veda, it is not difference from others, but it is, this is because Krishna has created this and he in form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving us that rather than fighting or rather than this. So Ved ya Aved, yes, it is just the, like say Sunar or the goldsmith, he makes many ornaments from the gold. The like Umar or a pot maker, he also makes many pots from the same substance, but they all come from one mud or they become from the gold. So there is Bhed and there is Abhed. There is Ekta, it is the behind them, the sum and substance is the one and the same. So Bhed is also there and Abhed is also there. Both, and we have to understand that both are, there is a need for Bhed and there is a need for Abhed. That way we could understand Krishna more. And then many Sankhya and many Vadas, they try to finish this. So this Chaitanya, अतएव भागवत सूत्रेर अर्थ रूप निजकृत सूत्रेर निज भाष्य स्वरूप सार सूत्रेर अर्थ कौन जीव नाही जाने अतएव आपने सूत्रार्थ करिया छे व्याख्या भेद और अभेद, इट इज द डॉक्ट्रिन. So Shakti Parinamva, that is Vikarva also, and Vivartava, transfer the energy. Krishna Ananta Shakti, ताकि तीन प्रकार चित शक्ति, माया शक्ति और जीव शक्ति. So we have to remain because we are of higher nature in the Chit Shakti. Chit Shakti is internal energy or Swarup Shakti also. Krishna स्वाभाविक तीन शक्ति परिणत है, चित शक्ति, जीव शक्ति एंड माया शक्ति. विष्णु शक्ति परा प्रोक्ता क्षेत्र ज्ञात्या तथा परा अविद्या कर्म संज्ञाया तृतीय शक्ति लिखित. जीवेर स्वरूप है अवैतिक स्वरूप इस कृष्ण नित्य दास. कृष्ण तटस्था शक्ति भेदा भेद प्रकार. There is भेद and भेद. So there is a misconception of Shakti Pranamavad and Vivartavad. We talked about both Vivartavad and Shakti Pranamavad. So Sank and different. So anyway, we would not go in more detail, but we discuss about that how these verses started from. Particularly, this is Narad Muni. These talks are between Narad Muni and Yudhishthir Maharaj. So these verses are given to Yudhishthir Maharaj, and through Yudhishthir Maharaj to all of us, that body is formed of the five elements. It cannot exist without a subtle sense object. So there has to be sense object. There has to be, the body cannot be formed just by, but there has to be higher nature, Krishna or Brahma, some who combines this in a proper way. Not that you, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was eating mud, but it is not the same as eating sweet. Just like we see something in the dream, but it is not true. When you wake up from the dream, the thing is gone. Sometimes you sweat and you perspire and your heart beats become higher and higher and you are very much afraid. But when you wake up from the dream, so we are Jiva Jago, Gauracha. We are sleeping in the lap of Maya, thinking that I'm product of this material world, but we are not the product of this material. We are product of the higher nature, Krishna's nature, and Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem. It is all there in everybody. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem, Sadhya Kabunai, Samanadi, Shuddha Chitte, Karayavoda. But if we hear properly Shuddha Chitta, then you could realize that. So we have to rise above the demands of our body and mind to ascend to the spiritual platform. Transcendence is beyond matter, and thus any material desire have no place there. Anyabhilashita Jnana Karmadi Gunavartam Anukulena Krishnanu Shilaram Bhaktir Uttam. Janmani Janmanisware Bhavtat Bhaktir Ahetuti. Ainandatam Yakinkaram Patitam Mamishme Bhavam Buddha Krapaya Tava Pada Pankaj Sthiti Bodhisattva Vichintaya. Jiva is spiritual by nature. That is our nature. But why we see so much material is because it is covered. Is eternal servant of Krishna. His only desire is to be paid in the service of the Lord lovingly. This pure unallied love is the intrinsic nature, the intrinsic nature of the Jiva. And nature, Swabhav makes, because Swabhav is our nature is to serve somewhere. So we serve matter, then remain in the material world. If we serve Krishna, go to Krishna's abode. Spontaneous service to Shyam Sundar is the inherent activity within the realm of Mahamaya. A jiva overwhelmed by the external energy due to his minuteness finds it difficult. We are so minute, 1/10,000th part of the tip of the hair, so we get easily eluted by Maya. So how Maya would detect shelter of Krishna? When you become Krishna would protect you from everything. As soon as one has material desire, one loses its spiritual identity. Then all the paraphernalia of one's life is, including one's senses, body, religion, patience, intelligence, are deviated from one's original Krishna consciousness to material consciousness. As soon as one has material desire, one cannot properly use his senses, intelligence, mind, and so on for the satisfaction of Krishna. If Krishna satisfy Krishna, that is Krishna prema. Satisfy our senses, then it is kama or vasana. Krishnendriya, Priti Vancha, Tarnam Prem, Yujendriya, Priti Vancha, Tarnam Kam. So we have to sacrifice our personal interest, material interest, to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's the root cause of everything. And similarly, the Supreme Lord, although having no personal interest, can do anything for the interest of his devotee. His devotees, like, it is so much devotional service is important that Krishna becomes your servant. He runs behind you to kiss you, to embrace you, to give you all the facility. Enjoy, my son. Yeah, come, it is so nice. He shakes you, he shakes your hand, puts you on his bed, just like the mother. So he's waiting, but for a little bit temporary enjoyment, we waste so much time, so much energy, but we should really at least come to Krishna, understand our nature, understand the soul. It is soul is covered with the dust of the material nature, and enjoying the nature. But there is no enjoyment in the material world. It is only in the spiritual world. So we should go to the spiritual kingdom to enjoy with Krishna. So I will end here. Enter into the Parabhakti. Parabhakti. Prabhupada has used the great treasure of Parabhakti. Para and transcendental devotion. Hare Krishna. If anybody has any comments, questions about the Vivartavad, Shakti Pranamvad, how the Pralaya, there is different kinds of Pralaya that we talked about. So all these things, and how different energies of Krishna, and how we are part of the Shruti Veda. You may say, why we are called Tatastha Shakti? Because we are so tiny. So we could choose either this side of the sun or the side. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All the glory to Srila Prabhupada. Very, very wonderful class, Prabhuji. As you very nicely explained all the pralayas, and at last the point is that the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come for us to deliver the fallen souls in this Kali Yuga. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this wonderful class. And we have raised hands here. Shukakar Krishna Prabhu, please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare Krishna,
Anita.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Your class is always so wonderful, so much of knowledge.
No. By the mercy of
Prabhuji,
Srila Prabhupada.
you are Prabhupada disciple, so we feel so happy that, you know,
I feel happy also to be with all of you.
You are our chacha.
Okay.
So, Prabhuji, just I want to know one thing. Now, we are doing devotional service. How to please Krishna so fast, and how to go back home back to Godhead fast.
You have to act under the direction of a pure soul, pure spiritual master. If you work under that, then Krishna will put attention, and you could go very, very fast to the spiritual kingdom. But if you do your own, or whimsically, or my way is the highway, that is not right. You have to follow other devotees who have gone, and follow him. Under his direction, you act even blindly, and then you will be able to reach the spiritual, your goal of going to spiritual kingdom.
No, I am following my Guru Maharaj, Jayapataka Maharaj only, and I will follow the scriptures, everything spot on dot. And I need your blessings to go
When
back
even
home
you
fast.
close your eye, okay, you will go. Okay?
Thank you, Maharaj.
No doubt.
Thank you.
Pakka. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. You always ask this question, Shukakar Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much for asking that. Hare Krishna Prabhu. So we have raised hands. No more raised hands. Devotees, anyone wants to ask any questions or realizations on this class, please go ahead. Prabhuji, one thing I just want to ask.
Please go ahead.
Hemangi Gopeshwari Mataji is there. After her, let me ask. Please go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, Maharaj. Beautiful, beautiful class. So many points. Something which struck me was that we are trying to make this house on the bridge. I'm sure I'm one of them who's sitting on the bridge. How to go across the bridge, Prabhu, Maharaj?
Okay, good question. Say if you are drowning, and then you have to, if somebody is throwing a rope, catch hold of it. If somebody is bringing a big boat or ship, then catch. And your body is like a ship, and you have the captain of the ship as a spiritual master, and then you pray to Krishna by the mercy of the nice breezes. Then that boat will come to the side, and you could be saved. Otherwise, it will drown. So we are on the bridge, trying to make our house there, but we could go beyond that and cross over by the mercy of the spiritual master. And so take shelter of him, follow his instruction, serve him, chant your holy name, and follow the process. You will be able to get out of this. We are in the material world drowning, and we think it is an enjoyment, but really there is no enjoyment. It is just temporary flickering, and everything would go away. It is like effervescent. So सब उड़ जाएगा हर चीजें. You cannot enjoy the material. It's a place of misery, and it is suffering, and nobody has enjoyed anything in the material world. But it is just kalpana in the mind. So it is just mind's attachment to the matter. So by reading scriptures, following spiritual master, trying to serve him, serve Krishna, eat only prasad, don't eat anything outside. Even association, Shanamatra, associate with non-duty will destroy you, but love matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hai. But we associate with sadhus. So there is, all these are given in our scriptures, but we have to take it seriously and follow the principles in our life, and then we could cross over this bridge and go to the other end. In the material world, you are in the bridge, but bridge could be like with the big waves. Bridge could be destroyed by the not only by the ocean, but also by big boats coming and could hit it. It could be smashed. So why not to prepare ahead of the time and get out of that? Don't remain there. Desire to get out rather than enjoy there. Okay?
Yeah, thank you, Maharaj. Very beautiful answer. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hari Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Actually, we are hearing so many times, okay, we should not have materialism, and we should have the association of sadhus, and we should not have the association of non-devotees. But still, what happens is we are put into this conditioned world, right? So somehow or the other, we have to associate with the non-devotees also. So probably if it is within the family, then we cannot avoid it also. So in that case, what happens is like sometimes it's like a flickering bhakti is there. So how do you relate this problem? So in that case, what can we do?
Oh, you are asking a question?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, I am asking a question.
Flickering happiness. But that happiness would go, it is not for long period of time. There is some time
No, I'm
happiness is
saying
there.
flickering. Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhu, to interrupt. I'm asking flickering bhakti, because we are in the association of the non-devotees in this conditioned world, right? So what happens is like sometimes we see the non-devotees and they are like enjoying, and there is some flickeration is there. So is it that we are not convinced about the process, or how to understand?
Yes, we are not convinced, and we think that this flickering is very, very temporary. So try to get out of this situation. And so always asat sangat त्यागे वैष्णव आचार. एक स्त्री एक असाधु और कृष्ण अभक्ता. One who is not a devotee of Krishna, don't stay with them. So abhakta, demoniac people, or who are not a bhakta, non-devotees. So and also opposite sex, don't associate with them for sense enjoyment. Most of the world is polluted by opposite sex. And so we should not be eluded by that. We will be drowned completely, gone, smashed completely. So better to stay in our dharma, properly following the rules, regulation, controlling the senses, eating only prasad, chanting very purely in association of devotees, going to temple, serving devotees, just like this Jagai and Madhai. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed them? Wash feet of everybody. Serve them, bring their luggage on the boat and take to their place. And so did all this service. So service attitude has to be there. Because eternally we are servant. Jivara Swarupa, that is our nature. Just like Swarup means like sugar has the nature to be sweet. Water has nature to be liquid and quench your thirst. So salt is salty. So that is the nature, Swarup. Our Swarup is to be servant. Even the Prime Minister or President or King says, I am the servant of the people that I rule. He does not say that I am the boss or master. Master is only Krishna. And we are Prakriti to serve the master. Okay?
Yes, Prabhu, thank you so much. And one more question I had was now we had two questions saying about how to get out of this material world and how I can serve the Lord eternally. So all these questions are there. We have this desire also. So, but
Yes.
the thing we have to be desireless. We hear even this also, like we have to be desireless and we have to only depend on Krishna. And whatever he thinks, we have to go in that way. So then how to, if we desire that I want to go out of this material, then how we can understand this? That is also a desire, right?
Let us discuss about this first question, that we don't have to become desireless, but desire has to be molded to serve Krishna. We want to serve our senses, let me serve senses of Krishna. Let me prepare so many preparation for Krishna, and I could enjoy those preparations after offering to Krishna. So everything, the desire, you cannot become desireless. Thinking, feeling, willing, desiring, that is all soul is there. You cannot kill your soul. You have to become desire for Krishna. Everything. Let me make a nice, beautiful temple for Krishna. Let me give books, distribute to the other people. Let me distribute prasad. Let me chant with the other people and make them aware of Krishna. How nice, how merciful, how kind, how magnanimous he is. In this way, let them know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that without even qualification, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could give shelter and give Krishna prem. Krishna Namo Mahamadhanaya. Krishna Prema Pradayate. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratuche. So first thing that we have to give up this mentality, because there is no happiness in the material. So why to be behind the material things on the material, but we should be behind the spiritual kingdom and try to serve Vaishnavas and serve, not to see the non-devotees even or associate with them. So desire is nothing, there is nothing wrong. You want to produce child, then marry with according to dharma, aviruddho bhutesu kamosmi bharatatsa. That I am calm, which is not against the principles of dharma. So everything could be devoted in service of Krishna, even if it is material. That is the science. Okay?
Yes, Prabhu. So totally we cannot be desireless, but the desires can be devoted in Krishna consciousness. Desires.
Right. Right. Okay.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And
Yeah.
we do not have more hand raise.
Hare
You
Krishna.
have
Shama Guru
another
Mataji,
question?
do you want to say anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble
Hare Krishna
Yes,
Mataji.
obeisance.
Welcome back.
Yes, Prabhuji,
You
thank
are
you
on
so
phone.
much. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very wonderful class, Prabhuji. Yeah, I was asking you, like, my mother, she is missing my dad. Means always remembering him, to how to remember to Krishna. Can you please explain?
Yeah. So I said that you should put, like, she remembers her husband, means your father. So let father and Krishna be like that yes, my father is given to me by Krishna. Krishna is so great. So it was just by remembering him, I'm remembering Krishna, because that is told by, or that is given by her or a spiritual master, that if she could follow that, she puts when minute that comes, just like Krishna said that you could see Krishna everywhere. If you are drinking water, think of it is Krishna. If you are drinking even wine, it is Krishna. If you see the sunshine, they are the eyes of Krishna. So you could think of Krishna every moment if we are trained in that way. So she could see Krishna even like child is given to somebody. The child could see that it is given by Krishna under my care. So I should protect him and to take care of him nicely. And that becomes part of Krishna consciousness also. So thinking of husband is not wrong, but think of Krishna also at the same time, that it is Krishna has given that arrangement to get together and follow the Krishna conscious principles and chanting together. So she should remember those sweet times when they were chanting together, thinking of Krishna together, going to temple together, worshipping Krishna together, reading Bhagavatam together. So all these things that we remember with Krishna. Is not alone, and he has gone back to Krishna's abode. So she should think that he is enjoying with Krishna. That's very nice. His death is very, very wonderful without suffering. The chanting of Krishna's names. So many things that one can think of. So if that is there, then she is with Krishna.
Yes. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So we do not find any more hand raise or questions in the chat box. So with your permission, we can end the call here, Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your time and association. It was a very nice, wonderful session and very nice question and answer session also. And we want your association in future. Dear devotees, let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatarupasha
Vaishnavebhyo
Namo Namaha.
namo namaha.
Jai. This way.
Jai.
Jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Koti Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Nityananda.
Nityananda. Thank you, dear